Welcome back, friends. My name is Pratik, and I am posting after a very long time on my channel Practical Chats, which you can search with the string @Chanty1976. I've not been posting for quite some time for various reasons, but I'm back and I'm continuing with the topic that I last posted, which is pressures at workplace. So this is the second part of what I wanted to say, on the channel, just to remind everyone. I bring practical chats that we could apply in our day-to-day life and also at workplace. Especially, we are in an environment where we are using machines, and there's little to no investment in increasing the knowledge base and skill of people outside of e-learnings or trainings that people are expected to attend. I typically advise mentoring and coaching, and as part of that exercise, this is what I bring up. So now let's come back to talking about managing pressure at work. So as last time, my video today is also inspired by frequent interactions that I have with my daughter, and during which I ask her to spend more time with me. However, she often says she's busy and doesn't have the time, so on and so forth. As a father, what would I say? As a father, what would I say to her? I would say, you need to prioritize. I'm your father, but you know how well it would go, because it's just what I'm telling her. As a child, her response would rather be predictable. She is busy about so many things that are there in her life where she needs to prioritize, and I think it just made me think on that we're facing challenges about prioritization in our day-to-day life. And in this instance, these are the two practical tips that I would give to people. Tip number one will be to prioritize our tasks, or whatever we are doing, activities, projects, into 4 different groups. Now, this is nothing new, but I'm just reminding and highlighting how we can apply these. So these are: number 1, urgent and important, what I would call P1. Number 2, urgent and less important, which is P2. Number 3, very important, however less urgent, and P4, neither urgent nor important. Now, how do we deal with this? P4 is very simple. If it's not urgent, not important, nobody wants to care about it, then just chuck it, you forget it, you give it to someone else, but it's not worth your time and attention. So where is your time and attention? It's on P1, where you have to have your first focus, and it's your top priority. For example, I have my exams coming up, I have a urgent deliverable that I need to give to a client, or for me, I want to exercise, so that's my first priority. It's urgent because it's needed to be done now, and it's important because it helps in a longer term goal. So that's where the first focus will be. The second focus would be on urgent and less important, which is P2. They come next. They are time sensitive because they're urgent, but not very critical. For example, I want to plan a vacation. Now I want to plan it now because it costs me money if I postpone it. The prices may vary, or I may not get the tickets, but it's not really important because the vacation is going to happen 2 or 3 weeks, months away, but I think I need to do it today. And then comes to our residual category, which is very important, however less urgent. So we work on these gradually, as a passage of time. Whatever is less urgent may become more urgent, and hence I think when it starts to come closer to its timeline, we start focusing on it. So for example, someone who goes to school knows exams are going to be, let's say, in the month of January, but I'm in the month of August and I don't want to worry about it today. However, as we get closer to January, we have to start preparing. So I think that's a perfect example. In a corporate life, we'd also have certain activities, you may want to prepare for a meeting. Meeting is 4 weeks away, so you can start thinking in your head, but you may just want to start preparing when you get closer to that meeting. So to summarize, we got to put them in 4 categories: P1, P2, P3, and P4. I would call P4 as P0 because I really don't need to care about it. Focus on P1, which is our top priority, and then continue to do P2 and P3 as time comes in. The second big advice that I wanted to bring out, or the tip that I want to bring out, I don't want to call it advice, seems like a sermon, but it's a tip to lead in day-to-day life, is to assess necessity and efficiency of everything that you're doing. And why is it important, right? We have to do things because we've been told to do so. Let's say in an organization, there is a annual budgeting exercise, or in an organization, and I'm thinking aloud, there may be a quarterly business review that you're doing. Now we got to make sure every year or every time we do this, we evaluate whether this activity is relevant or not. So that's the first practical tip in terms of this headline of assessing necessity and efficiency, which is to evaluate relevance. The second one is to question the status quo. Like, we do in any job, in any organization, you send reports that are scheduled monthly. You've been doing it for 2 years, but in light of changing internal environment, how stakeholders internally are looking into it, is it really relevant? So just question the status quo. I tell people sometimes, if you stop sending an email and someone follows up, it really means it is relevant. If nobody cares, then it really means it's irrelevant. I don't encourage you to do it, but it's one way of finding out. But I'd rather talk to people and ask them, what I'm sending, is it really relevant? Do I need to modify it? Third, as I said, we seek feedback. We talk to our stakeholders to understand, what we are sending is relevant. Does it need modification? Can we send it less frequently? And then, lastly, use technology, use tools, use better way of getting information to streamline, how you are doing your activity. By constantly assessing the necessity and efficiency of your activities, you can eliminate redundant work. You can optimize how you do things and free up your time for more impactful tasks. Now, how is this correlated to pressure? I mean, it's but obvious. There's a lot to get done, and if you're able to save some time, then it helps you manage pressure, and it helps you focus on your urgent items, and then it helps you focus to get things done, which reduces the pressure that you have. So that's on this bucket. I would just recap. You evaluate relevance, question the status quo, take feedback from your stakeholders, and 4, streamline your processes so you're efficient and effective. I hope you liked what I said. So before I end, and thank you for watching this video, please do subscribe my channel. As I mentioned previously, it is @Chandy1976, aka Practical Chats. It will help me stay motivated to work on more such videos that are practical. So just keep reflecting, prioritizing, and improving by categorizing your tasks into 4 groups and also assessing their necessity and efficiency. You will be better at your workplace. Now let's work towards making every second, every minute, every hour of your work day count. With that, this is your friend Pratik Chandok signing off, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.